The following video is brought to you by Not For Broadcast, officially launching January 25th. For more information, click the link in the description below. Hello everyone, welcome to this very special and sponsored video for Not For Broadcast, a game that I've played on the channel before. It is oh so good, it's super unique and super fun, and its official launch is the 25th, and so I'm here to promote the hell out of it and hope that you will give it a shot. It truly is a really fun and silly, and I'm gonna say, mysterious game? I'm not sure how best to sell this to you. Basic idea is, you are brought in at the last minute to sort of be the producer for the nightly news segment, and the world has changed in a way that I don't want to get into. Spoilers, but I will say that it's a comedy, and it is also one that features a little bit of a twist, a little something's going on behind the scenes that may be pretty crazy, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I love it's a Jesse game. Is what I'm trying to say is there might be a little something else going on. It's a Jesse game, okay? We're all on the same page. It's like gonna get weird, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. So before we get to what the hell's going on with this screen, over here, I'm waiting on a phone call. Actually, he's waiting on me to pick up. Either way, that's my boss. And then over here, you can see I have an outside window view, which, you know, I wonder what that's about. And I have the ability to turn power on and off of different things. I can even turn this fan on that goes over here. Wonder what that's about. Anyway, I can look under, and I have different ads I can play. By the way, check your prostate. And this is my main screen. I'm just gonna break it down for you real quick, give you the general gist of what everything is. All right, up at the top, this is my timer. This just lets me know what's up. This is what the audience thinks. The higher it goes into green, the more people are watching and the better I'm doing. Over here, we have the different broadcast signals, which are things that I will press 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that will appear here on the main screen. And then over here is what's broadcasting. Currently, right now, it's the credits for a show that has the longest credits in the history of credits. And this is the signal strength down here, and you can rotate with your mouse middle button kind of what the signal strength is. Over here, you can have the live broadcast music if you want, or this is what you hear, right? So this is live. This is what's being broadcast. And you can go back and forth and change the volume so you can hear different things. And then the censor bar, of course. When you censor things and someone says like, oh, that's quote proportion. By the way, this is a lot, you're gonna get a lot of like twats and fans, and it's lovely. And so yeah, you want to censor stuff out. And then my head is in the way, so I'm gonna move it. But down here is the live feed button. So you would press 1, 2, 3, 4 when you want to go to live feeds. And more importantly, you would, if you need to change music stuff or you need to show an image, 3 and 4 will change to A and B. And there's just a bunch of different options. Essentially, you're just trying to create a great live news segment. And sometimes they're amazing, sometimes I nail it, and sometimes I'm like, oh, what did I do? And it just depends on what difficulty you're playing on. And so I'm going to move myself back down and simply say, I am not going to talk at you anymore. We're going to jump in, I'm going to show you what it's like, and give you sort of a little taste of the world of Not For Broadcast. All right, let's jump into this thing.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show, total pimp. My god, that weather looks nasty.
So, yeah, like I mentioned, there's a lot going on in this game. Backstory stuff. You can watch the people who are filming, you can see their backstories as well.
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody.
And based on what you've done in the
Did
past,
your personality accidentally slip out?
Bricks going in 5, 4.
the news will change depending on how you've sold it to people.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy.
Now watch a pro
I'm
work.
Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative, A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
While both options are still on the table, support seems to be growing for a daring escape attempt.
So this is based on previous things that I've done. I love that about this game. The story slightly changes, it's great.
Bloodbath avoided. As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children...
There was an ad I could have played, I did not play it.
How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Julia Salisbury, who mobilised numerous government resources to recall the product immediately after the first blindings, said today that the new advance mark, which must be earned by all new products, would be a 100% ironclad guarantee of safety and quality.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamore were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
So you get to choose how people see the news. I think that's very clever.
Say that they're not looking at a school report.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact
I have a lot of friends who'd be into that, I'm not gonna lie.
Responsibility for contraception, but others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's
National Nightly News.
Whoops, I was busy. All right, remember how I said I was good at this? I got distracted. I saw the countdown going, and I was like 10, 9, 8, 7, oops. Oh, goodness.
But first tonight, while Advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic
That's right,
members
Megan.
of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in Moderate Hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after Advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Well, quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewatters.
It's simply untenable. I hope you'll forgive my language, but it's as steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with too much spatting.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered, Robin. No.
My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with ribbons, Robin.
Well, at least you've been rehoused in a nice big house.
Big house? This grubby little dadispatch only has one staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room are the same bloody place. Imagine that, having all one's grub in one room. One room, Robin.
So good. This game is great.
To the people that feel that your family
I wish there was more I could say over it. It's just so good.
These redistributions are...
But as you can see, I am censoring stuff as we play.
Fuss's sake, only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked.
Meanwhile-
bloody question, Robin.
Thank you,
Outside.
I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. Yes. I remember. Daddy tried to shoot him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods.
Oh, good times.
That's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel. We wage war on our revolting rulers with righteous words and rebellious writings. Our best guess in our quest for redress is to divest our breast in an undress bare chest protest.
Oh, what's that?
Daddy! Daddy, it's
Daddy!
something!
Please don't do that. We can't show this on the news.
Is someone from... Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, at least you are showing some shame.
People are not happy. People are. They want to go back. They want to go back. All right, fine.
And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
Heard, that's all.
Language, Penelope. We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Yes, we bloody well will. Spaff and piff pop. Shut up and get your
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one in the toxins, it's back here in the studio. I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatchings.
Thanks, Robin. That's the story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough shaft work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really catch on? It doesn't seem like the way we do things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the slogans.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm busting.
Oh. Oh, it's so good.
Yes, I know. I think it's very endearing.
She wants your job.
She's welcome to it. Why is it raining on my desk?
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news.
I got a B!
Bozeman out.
The people wanted fannies. I can't help what the people want. I got a B! How did I brag about being good? We're broadcasting prostate commercials and fanny bits. The people want what the people want. Oh my God.
Well, that's what it says.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You joined me live here for the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship.
Now I'm back in it. Now I'm back in it.
The competition so far, I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on. Striker go first. Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy.
I don't even know what this sport is.
To pick up the ball. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad, if you ask me.
Huge fan.
To Harris. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the arguing with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large. Second round.
Sports.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. I apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slow moves across her breasts and arse.
The people like what the people like.
Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the results as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that at the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
I don't know how to broadcast this.
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, the boys said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves, 4 rounds and 7 sub-genres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington's Fist.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see.
One!
Quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over! I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now.
Oh no!
Flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
I wanted to give you an example of what this was, and this is a great example.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad. Well, that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies? Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to striker. And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris.
I want to know
That's all right.
about that original stank flavor.
Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there.
So the objective is not to get it into the bucket?
Referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I mean, this is a mess now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Okay, nonsense is going on here. Yes, yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters, absolute wasters. Stand sort of people. Oh, jog on!
This is the mine round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final
My
round.
fingers are working overtime.
The final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in there at this point. Really high-level play here from 2 absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Hold.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's she's spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From Striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it, like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals. They're 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there at an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
So, as you can see, this is kind of the vibe of the game. You are just trying to keep things going and keep it smooth. And
Boozman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance.
A+.
Someone is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Boozman out.
Sorry about all these buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak.
so
Well,
these are the people in charge of the government at the moment. And, you know, again, how do I want to portray them? In what way do I want people to see them? That kind of thing. And all of it sort of snowballs as you progress through the game. The more you show, right? I bet if I were to show a bunch of the nudity that was happening, I probably would have incredible ratings, but maybe the government wouldn't be too happy with me. And then I can decide how I want to play that. And then in between segments,
You'll see, Dan.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's
back,
fine.
in between segments, you will see that it affects the real world. There are little moments in between these.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's dripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out
Something's
to be
dripping
some
on me.
alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera,
Oh,
Pet?
sorry, yes, it's camera 4 like that.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later, we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to.
We will be killing
The
people.
health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last...
Is that what's happening?
Financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
This microphone pack has just given me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it's from my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
I love this man. He's so ridiculous.
The system might be open to
Oh.
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
that the older generation might feel somewhat.
That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of...
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes. That's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests.
That was
congratulations
pure chaos.
to all the winners at the Sports Board final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Woo!
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
So they just...
The same thing.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
And that is a great example of what this game is. In that unexpected is what it is. I received a small bonus. I am now holiday time wealth. Hell yes. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Oh, well, look at this. Everyone seems to love me. That's fine. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, once you're done recording, once you've done all this stuff, you can then go into your archive and see your past broadcasts, literally what you played to the world. If I wanted to rewind and look at that, right? But if we go back further, you can also see the rushes. And this would be all of the different signals that play, and you can select which one you want to watch and see the things you might have missed. And then you can look at all the advertisements that you had the option to play and see all the different ones if you want to see the goofs and stuff in there as well. I think that's super neat. Anyway, when you continue, you then aren't just immediately thrown back into more managing, right? So outside of the core loop of the game, you can see that there are these interstitials about your family and your home life. And the choices you make here lead to other things and lead to consequences and things like that. And as you can see, now I have to make choices. And now I have to choose how to react to different things happening in my family. And those are the days that happen in between. And it builds up the story, and it builds up sort of this suspense of something is not right. I wonder what this could all be leading to. And what it's leading to,
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, the little bastards. Turn on the Snuggle Zapper by pushing the big red button and it'll deal with them for you. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great. That seems to be the last of them. for now. Right, we're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot.
Yeah, so, as you can tell, things are not as they seem. And, definitely not for broadcast.